no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Journalist. I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just want to ask you some questions. Oh, they say pay some money, they say pay some presidency, they say based on technology, they say based on war. Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take our coverage. The rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them. The children have no shelter. Oh.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be saved. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
When you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Thomas going to 20 pop. Put it to each chicken.
Let's welcome all of you to another presentation of the program from the Pre-News. Today is the 9th day in the month of June, and 2026 is the year. It's good to be here this beautiful and lovely Tuesday morning in the nation's capital. I'm Wendell Nimne, and I'm here with Esther Daku and Liu Masale. Esther, good morning. He's already out of
Okay. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to all of us. It's good to be here this morning. Good morning to you, Aliyu. And today is, matter of fact, Tuesday. I almost said Monday. Yeah, but it's good to be here Monday. I mean, Tuesday, where we can all talk about what's going on in our country. Yeah.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mr. Nimle. And good morning, Mama Liberia. Ali Masade, glad to be here this morning. Thank you.
Good to have you.
It's good having you. Thank you so much. And we are here this morning to run you through those stories making headlines in the print media. Today, we have in our studio the Inquirer newspaper and the front page Africa. We have the hard copies, and we're about to run them through. So we want to welcome all of you wherever you are and watching us. Those of you following us on YouTube and Facebook, you will have to drop a comment so we can know where you are following from. It's very, very much important that you drop a comment and let us know where you are following. All right. So Junior he says, my good FM. Kadike Passaway says, good morning from Canada, where some of the World Cup games will be played. And we also have for now watching Vinicius Junior Bar, followed by Thomas J. Moba. He says he's watching from New Georgia Estate, District 18, Montserrat County. Those are all the viewers we have. Those of you listening and watching, please drop a comment. So we're about to run you through the stories. Esther is going to read all of the comments for us as we move on the program. So let's begin now with those top stories. It says diplomatic concern over doomsday prophecy. Liberia's protest, Nigerian cleric remarks, warns against statements that could undermine democratic stability. And we see a legislative beat failed to comply. House summons GVL executive over alleged refusal to honor community agreements in Sino County. And lastly, it says procurement integrity under fire. West Africa anti-money laundering chief warns 50 billion lost to illicit financial flows. These are all the top stories. Let's get to more stories here. And jury selection begins in Liberia's largest human trafficking trial as defendants plead not guilty. This is how the justice system functions. Very interesting story. But let's get to this top story. What the pastor prophecy is raising some serious international concern. So let's see what the folks of the Unity Party are saying about the prophecy from Doomsday, Liberia's protests. Nigerian clerics remarks warns against statement that could undermine democratic stability. The government of Liberia, through its embassy in Abuja, Nigeria, has formally launched a complaint with the Nigerian government over what it described as derogatory and potentially destabilizing comments made by Nigerian cleric primate Elijah Bambatunde Ayodele about President Joseph Nima Boakai Sr. and Liberia's political future. The complaint follows the circulation of videos on social media in which Ayodele, founder of the Inrai Evangelical Spiritual Church, described President Boakai as confused, old, and tired, while questioning why the Liberian leader had not resigned from office. The Nigerian preacher also predicted political turmoil, including the possibility of a coup d'etat should President Boakai remain in power. Comments that have triggered criticism from Liberians at home and abroad. In a formal diplomatic communications addressed to Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Liberian embassy expressed concern that the repeated statements could negatively affect Liberia's peace and stability while straining the long-standing relationship between the two West African countries or nations. The embassy respectfully notes that these remarks have generated significant concerns within Liberia and among the Liberian diaspora. giving rise to anti Nigeria state sentiments among Liberians and creating the potential to undermine Liberia's peace, stability, and democratic governance, the letter stated. The embassy noted that this was not the first time Ayodele had publicly commented on Liberian politics. According to the communication, the cleric was actively, Esther, please get Alex to get my water in the car there, please. So it's this continuation of the story. It says, according to the communication, the cleric was actively involved during Liberia's 2023 presidential elections, publicly supporting a candidate and continuing to make pronouncements on Liberia's internal political affairs, while reaffirming Liberia's respect for Nigeria's constitutional guarantees of freedom of expression and freedom of religion. The embassy emphasized that public statements concerning friendly nations and their democratically elected leaders should be made responsibly, while fully respecting Nigeria's constitutional, uh, this word is not too clear, commitment, all right, to freedom of expression and freedom of religion. The embassy considers it important that public statements concerning friendly foreign states and their democratically elected leaders be made responsibly and in a manner that promotes mutual respect and cordial relations, the letter said. Continuation of the story is on page 7. Grab a copy of the front page Africa newspaper. Let's take more stories here. It says LSCC opens preliminary review of ANC's complaint over MRU Peace Center project. And it says digging for the truth. This is very, very, very interesting. Can you imagine? See this $10 million mansion. We really want to know what are the property, the government property, or the MRU property, or the Joseph Walker property. We really want to know. So it's good that the ANC has written the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, and they are now beginning to open preliminary review of the ANC complaint, and that's good news. Let's take a few lines from that story. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission has begun a preliminary review of allegations surrounding the controversy Mana River Union Center for Regional Peace and Development project in Foya, Lofa County, following a formal complaint from the opposition Alternative National Congress, the ANC. In a letter dated June 5, 2026, LSCC Executive Chairperson, Councillor Alexandra Kezo, informed ANC Chairman, Councillor Lafayette O'Good, that the Commission had received the complaint and will assess the information submitted to determine whether a full investigation is warranted. The Commission's response comes amid growing public scrutiny over the project's ownership, financing authorization, procurement process, and overall cost. The LSCC will undertake a preliminary assessment of the information provided to determine whether sufficient grounds exist to warrant further inquiry or a formal investigation under applicable laws and regulations, so stated. The LACC will undertake a preliminary assessment of the information provided to determine whether sufficient grounds exist to warrant further inquiry or a formal investigation on the applicable laws and regulations, the Commission stated. The anti corruption body emphasized that all allegations and requests for investigations are treated seriously and handled in accordance with its statutory mandate and establish procedures. According to the Commission, citizens and stakeholder participation remains critical to promoting transparency, accountability, and the integrity in the management of public resources. The Commission wishes to emphasize that all matters brought before it are handled independently, impartially, and in accordance with due process. The letter noted any action taken by the Commission will be guided solely by the facts, evidence, and legal standards governing its operations. While acknowledging the ANC's complaint, the LACC stopped short of announcing a formal investigation, indicating that a review of the allegations and supporting information will first be conducted. The MRU Center for Regional Peace and Development Project has attracted public attention amid questions surrounding its implementation and the use of resources allocated for the initiative. The ANC's position submitted on May 25 argues that the project has been shrouded in secrecy from its inception and characterized by conflicting explanations from government officials, raising concerns about transparency and accountability. The MRU Center for Regional Peace and Development first drew public attention in September 2024 after Nimot Liberia Executive Director Eddie Jawolo published aerial photographs of a large construction project in Foya. The development reportedly costing more than 10 million was allegedly being constructed by MUSNS Groups Incorporated, a company linked to businessman Joe Ginny Moba. At the time, no official information had been provided regarding the project's funding source, procurement process, or legislative approval. Government explanations that follow appeared inconsistent. Deputy Minister, Deputy Information Minister Daniel Sando initially claimed the project was funded by the Mano River Union, but later said he could not independently verify the assertion. President Joseph Boakai subsequently defended the initiative, describing it as a legitimate regional peace building project intended to host international meetings and support conflict resolution efforts within the sub-region. The president, however, also stated that the project began without his knowledge and that those involved deliberately withheld information from him because they feared he would oppose the initiative if it appeared linked to his hometown of Foya. That explanation generated additional questions from critics and civil society actors who argued that a project of such magnitude should have cleared authorization, oversight, and public disclosure. Allegations of financial and procurement irregularities. The ANC alleges that financing for the project may have come from contributions by several state owned enterprises, including the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, NASCOP, the National Port Authority, the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, and the Liberia Electricity Corporation. According to the party, the arrangement may have allowed substantial public resources to be committed outside the normal budgetary and legislative oversight process. The ANC further contends that mandatory procurement procedures may have been bypassed and that contradictory public statements regarding the project's ownership, purpose, funding sources, authorization, and costs have fueled public suspicion. Public resources under the control of SOEs may have been redirected absent transparent disclosure, legislative oversight, or independent auditing mechanism, the petition states. ANC seeks full investigation. It is submission In its submission, the ANC argued that the LSCC to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the project's financing, procurement, contracting arrangements, and decision-making process. The party is also seeking identification of all officials, contractors, and intermediaries involved, a review of financial transfers connected to the project, and recommendations for criminal, civil, or administrative action if violations are uncovered. The ANC insists that its complaint is not intended to obstruct development efforts or regional cooperation, but to ensure that public projects are implemented within the bounds of the law. Development must always proceed within the framework of constitutional governance, fiscal transparency, procurement integrity, and the rule of law, the party stated. For now, the LSCC says it remains committed to conducting its review professionally and without political influence. The Commission indicated that additional documents or clarifications may be requested as part of its preliminary assessment. Whether the review ultimately leads to a formal investigation may depend on what the Commission uncovers as it continues digging for answers in one of the country's most closely watched public projects. Well, Esther, I think we can stop here. That's all the stories we can bring you this morning from the front page Africa newspaper. Let's run to Esther now to bring us more development.
Thank you very much, Wendell. We have the inquiry right before us this morning, and we will look at some stories. The top here says government bounds heavy trucks on 6 major corridors. This is here. The Ministry of Public Works has announced a temporary ban on the movement, of heavy-duty vehicles, whittling more than 25 metric tons along 6 major unpaved primary road corridors across Liberia. The moratorium, which will run for 75 days from July 31 to October 15, 2026, is intended to prevent extensive road damage, improve public safety, and preserve critical transportation routes that often become vulnerable during periods of intense rainfall. According to the ministry, the restriction applies to all heavy goods vehicles whose combined cargo and vehicle weight exceeds 25 metric tons. The ministry said overloaded trucks have historically contributed to the rapid deterioration of unpaved roads during the rainy season, resulting in costly repairs, transportation disruption, and increased safety risks for road users. The temporary restriction will cover the following strategic road corridors, including Tabata Zwedru, that's a 115-kilometer spanning Nimba and Grangida counties. Zwedru, Kawiken, 111-kilometer linking Grangida and Rivergy counties, and Buchanan Greenville, 205-kilometer crossing Grand Bassa, Riverside, and Sino counties. Others are the Plebo Barclayville, 75-kilometer connecting Maryland and Grand Coulee counties, Salaye Medicoma, 194-kilometer in Lofa County, and Brewerville to Bobolu, 90-kilometer traversing Montserrado. We have the completion right here on page 10. Let's flip there quickly and bring you more lines. Bombing in Bapolu counties. The affected corridors serve as vital economic and social lifelines, linking communities, markets, concession areas, and county capitals throughout the country. The ministry is, however, calling on transparent operators, concession companies, logistics firms, and commercial drivers to comply fully with the directive throughout the duration of the moratorium. The government also warned that violations of order could attract punitive measures, though specific penalties were not immediately disclosed. Ensuring the protection of the country's fragile road infrastructure during the peak of the rainy season. The ministry emphasized that the measure forms part of this or a statutory responsibility to protect national infrastructure and ensure safer road conditions for the traveling public during one of the most challenging periods of the year for road maintenance. Meanwhile, to ensure strict compliance, the ministry disclosed that extensive consultations have already been held with major stakeholders in the transport and security sector. Several government institutions have been formally notified and are expected to play active roles in enforcing the restriction. These institutions are the Liberia National Police, Liberia Immigration Service, the Ministry of Transport and Forces of Liberia through the Ministry of National Defense, and the National Transit Union. We'll leave you there and look at more stories this morning. To reduce food-borne diseases, Liberia curves stronger collaboration. We'll take just a few paragraphs from this story. The Deputy Director for Technical Services of the Food Authority of Liberia, Theophilus Nober, has emphasized that World Food Safety Day is more than a celebration, describing it as a reminder of the shared responsibility among governments, businesses, farmers, food processors, retailers, development partners, and consumers to ensure food safety. Representing the Director General of the Food Authority of Liberia, Priscilla Cherub, during the commemoration of World Food Safety Day 2026, organized by the Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Food Authority of Liberia on a theme coordinating national efforts to sustainably reduce foodborne diseases in Liberia. Noble remarked that food safety is fundamental to public health, economic growth, and national development. Held at the Ministry of Health over the weekend, the event brought together government officials, representatives of development partners, members of the diplomatic community, private sector stakeholders, civil society organizations, health professionals, students, and members of the media. We will leave you here. You can grab a copy to read that story in depth. We have government hires powerful Trump link lobbying giant to push Liberia agenda in US. But until this is interesting, let's see some lines. The Liberian government has signed a multi-million dollars lobbying and strategic consulting agreement with one of Washington's most influential political firms in the United States of America. The latest agreement now commits the government to pay US 1.2 million annually to secure representation and advocacy for the US government. Documents obtained by the Inquirer newspaper shows
Before
advocacy before the U.S. government. Documents obtained by the Inquirer newspaper shows that the agreement was executed on May 18, 2026, between the government and the Ballard Partners Incorporated, a prominent Washington, D.C. based lobbying and government affairs firm widely known for its extensive political connections in the U.S. The contract was signed on behalf of Liberia by the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Samuel Stevekwa, while Brian B. Ballard, president of Ballard Partners, signed for the firm. Under the agreement, Liberia will pay a monthly return of completion is on page 10 of this paper. Let's flip there and bring you more lines. It says US 100,000 translating into US 300,000 every quarter, a total of US 1.2 million per year. Beyond the retailer, the government has also agreed to reimburse the firm for reasonable expenses incurred during its representation, including travel costs, accommodation, transportation, meals, airfare, and mandatory registration fees. The deals tax Ballard partners with providing strategic consulting advocacy and government relations services designed to advance Liberia interest within the U.S. government. We'll leave you here and take more stories this morning. We have okay, let's bring it to the back page of the Inquirer this morning. LRA South Korea National Tax Service to advance digital transformation tax cooperation. The Liberia Revenue Authority and the National Tax Service of South Korea have signed three landmark cooperation agreements in strengthening tax administration and advancing digital transformation and enhancing international tax cooperation between the two countries. According to a press release, the agreements were signed during the first Korea Liberia Commissioners General meeting held in Seoul between LRA Commissioner General James Dobo Jala and NTS Commissioner General Lam Kwang Yang. The meeting marked the first ever high level agreement between South Korea's National Tax Service and an African tax administration, representing a significant milestone in expanding tax cooperation between Korea and Africa. Let's leave it there and bring our final story for the back page of the Inquirer newspaper. Armed robbers allegedly wound security guard robbed Chinese residents in Margibi. Police authorities in Margibi County are reporting that an early morning armed robbery in Ben's community Shefflin town left a private security guard wounded and Chinese residents robbed of cash and phones. According to an informative report by Mohammed V. Kumar, commander of the Margibi County Crime Services Department, the attack carried out about 3 a.m. on June 1, 2026 and involved a group of about 9 attackers. According to information gathered, the attackers forcibly entered into five of the 9 rooms at the Chinese Rock Crutcher residence and allegedly stole US $3,120 and LD 12,000 and 4 cell phones from occupants and fled on 3 motorbikes. The report added that 2 mobile phones belonging to security guards were also taken by the robbers. The only injured person identified in the police report is a 29-year-old guard, Joseph Colley, a resident of Ben's community who sustained gunshot wounds described by medical personnel as pellets lodged in parts of his body after being struck while on duty. We'll leave you right here. Well, this is all we can take from the inquiry this morning. Lessons controls to you.
Thank you very much, Esther Daku. Let's bring on our weather report man. Please add into the screen. Thank you there, Esther, for that splendid presentation of the Inquirer newspaper. All right, just before we can go to our USA partners, let's begin to recap those stories we brought you this morning on the print news. So this morning we ran you through the front page Africa top stories. It says diplomatic concern over doomsday prophecy. Liberia's protest, Nigerian cleric remarks, warns against statement that could undermine democratic stability. And more top stories fail to comply. House summons, it says here, House summons GVL executive over alleged refusal to honor community agreements in Sino County. And lastly, Corruption Watch, procurement integrity under fire. West Africa anti-money laundering chief warns 50 billion lost to illicit financial flows. And yeah, it says jury selection begins in Liberia's largest human trafficking trial as defendants plead not guilty. This is how the justice system functions. And lastly, for the front page Africa, LSCC opens preliminary review of ANC's complaint over MRU Peace Center project, digging for the truth is the story. So that does it for front page Africa. The Inquirer: government bans heavy trucks on 6 major corridors. And most stories here it says to reduce foodborne diseases, Liberia craves stronger collaboration. And lastly, for the front page, government hires powerful Trump-linked lobbying giant to push Liberia's agenda in the United States. But, well, you can grab a copy of the Inquirer and get to know what the but is about. LRA and South Korea National Tax Service to advance digital transformation and tax cooperation. And lastly, for the back page of the Inquirer newspaper, armed robbers allegedly wound security guard and robbed Chinese residents in Magibi. Well, those are all the stories we got to take from the papers this morning. Just a recap for you. Let's take our regular break and we'll come back. We link up with the folks in the U.S.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to serve the search of vigilante justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Science, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Science.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Flu Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put it to Ichigi.
May that living sense in our brain. Okay, folks, let's leave Liberia now and send controls to the USA, where we have our weather report man and our brother Aliyu Masale are all pretty seaters to run us through. So we'll get to our weather report man first. He's going to run us through the weather report. Then we come back and hear from Aliyu Masale. So, Tunis, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Wendell and Esther. Good morning, Aliyu. Good morning, Mama Liberia. Salam alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Your weatherman, Suleiman Hashim, Tunis. Today, weather is already today, half of the day already gone. But we are pretty well seated. I think in Liberia, Monrovia right now, the weather is a little bit cloudy. You may not experience rain, but you will be tormented by the sound of the thunderstorm that going to disturb your ear a whole lot.
Mm.
Today, that's what you're going to experience. You probably will get a rain, but way in the evening hour around 5, 6, 7 o'clock, there will be a little bit of shower. As time goes on, yeah, a little bit of shower anyway. It's only 30%, so it'll be a little bit of shower in the evening hour.
Mm.
But you will not see the sun as you think. The sun it will be hitting from you. It'll be cloudy. Look like want to rain, but don't mind it. In the daytime, and the way in the evening, we're expecting rain to fall in the area of Monrovia. But the thunderstorm will disturb your ear. A sound of it is going to be a little bit heavy for you because it's up to 70, 60, 70, 50. They do sound. And tomorrow, Wednesday, same thing going to repeat. But the day will break with a little bit of rain up to 7 o'clock. You'll wake up with rain. The ground, the street of Monrovia will be a little bit wet, and the rain will stop, and it will look like just like what it is right now in Monrovia. That rain will stop all day, but you'll be tormented by your ear. You'll be tormented by the sound of thunderstorm, and it will be really heavy. But don't mind it. It's only for people who steal chicken. It's not for you. It's
Mm.
okay.
Lord, that is
Don't.
still working.
Oh, it's still working, mama. Okay, go see people today and see. And the rain will come the same time it coming today. But tomorrow rain will be a little heavier than today. That in our evening hour, late in the evening. I mean, not late now, but 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock time.
Mm.
Okay, the rain will start coming. So if you're around Cinco and you live across the bridge, you better find your way home. And so if you are far away from your home when you're approaching that 7 o'clock mark, try to find your way home because it will start raining. But it's going to be cloudy all day today and tomorrow, all day. So it's going to be like a kind of gloomy looking way. You think it's going to rain, but it's not rain. And the thunder will be disturbing you like it's trying to rain. That's what's showing here on my radar. Okay, Thursday, the one you will really see the rain. Thursday on, forget about the thunderstorm, even though it will be mixed up, but it will be heavy, heavy rain around Thursday. And that rain going to start while you are asleep. Wednesday night while you are asleep, you'll wake up with heavy rain. So you will be prepared going to work. You must be prepared with your umbrella, with your raincoat, with your rain boots, all of that. On Thursday. Thursday, a few days, you're not going to see the sun anyway, but Thursday is the worst day so far because it's going to rain with thunderstorm and not small rain anyway. If it's not like some places will be flooded anyway around West Point area or wherever it is, those slummy area, it will be a little bit flooded. So be prepared for Thursday rain. Be prepared for Thursday rain. Today, tomorrow, you got a little bit of break. On the way in the evening, you'll find a little bit of shower coming to visit you. But Thursday, all day, you'll be sleeping while it's raining. You wake up while it's raining. You go into work while it's raining. You go into school. You go into lunch while it's raining. You're coming from work while it's raining. So Thursday is all day rain. And as time goes on, it will heavy thunderstorm and lightning. That's what you'll be experiencing because it's telling me here, it may not be that heavy, heavy, heavy because it's 50%, but it's say all day. So that's your weather report to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I hope you take it in and work with it because we don't joke when we come to Freedom FM weather reports. That's about it. We'll be giving it to you little by little until you experience it more. Thank you, and let me send control back to you. To you, Masale from Baltimore. Our people with
Aliyu, are
us.
you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, Bartonis.
Cause it's not yet. Only
Oh,
soon.
okay. Yeah, thanks for the reading there. I listened to the reading carefully. And number one, this issue, about this prophecy where he and see the government they are running here and there. This government is confused because in the first place, this is a pastor. He made a prophecy or whatsoever. If only if the government is somehow offended that it didn't go down well with them, I think the first thing they should have done was the council of churches in Nigeria. You have to send a communication to them and hear from them what they are going to say. But instead, you have government officials, supporters of this government. They took 72 hours, 3 days, all on social media, insulting this man, calling him Zoko, calling him criminal, he's fake. How will you do that? You call yourself a responsible government, mature people, sophisticated, the most educated people in the country right now that are heading the country. You people talk to social media, insulted this man to the letter. Even his mother, his father, his entire generation insulted every one of them. And then later you're coming to complain. That shows how confused you people are. Yes, indeed, the government is confused. So this pastor have been vindicated because you have proved to him and to the world, people who are legally minded and guided that yes, indeed, you people are confused. Because if you feel insulted or anyhow about his statement, that was the first thing to do. So the government is confused. You people were able to complete this man in less than 4 days. But since Guinea invaded our land till today's date, you don't have the courage and the strength to read ECOWAS, to read MRU, UN, and other bodies to complete Guinea to see how that issue can be resolved. Our people are displaced in their own country and in their own county. The government is able to read to see how this issue can be resolved. But you're able to read on the prophecy that were made by a pastor or bishop to tell you how confused this government is. When you listen to Bakai, his contradictions, his deception whenever he speaks, look at the border issue today. He used taxpayer money, he went Guinea to meet Guinea president. Since he came back till today, he can't be transparent enough what they discussed there to tell the Liberian people. Why? Because he's confused. He can't tell them, oh yeah, this is what we discussed there. My people, the people taking a play or not. Come and tell your people. But he confused. How am I going to start the conversation with my people? Look at the $10 billion mansion in Foyak today, local county. Listen to Joseph Waka himself, the contradiction coming from him. One day they will say, oh yeah, that government project tomorrow, private individual are sponsoring the project, the after tomorrow, that MRU project. See the confusion. Are you people not confused? You get more than 1,000 dilapidated schools in the country. But the government say we're coming to build 100 schools. Game water sooner January say, oh, beginning next month, February, immediately we coming to start building schools across the country. When you get more than 1,000 schools in the country that are dilapidated, you can't think about fixing them. Are you not confused? You coming to say, oh, I brought yellow machine in the country, they were to put long Abura, thing Abura, build Abura, and got on gentleman agreement. At the end of the day, are you not confused? This government is confused. The pastor didn't lie. You need to put your act together and start doing confusing. Everybody in the government confused. Things that the government is not doing, things that are not happening. You will go read speeches. Give it to Joseph Waka, he go, he say, oh yes, when you read in Abroad, one chair to a chair, when you go to every school, each student have a chair in class. We have created 70,000 jobs. When we're in Monserrado County, people are still sitting on the bare floor in classes. In Monserrado, I'm not talking about Cayman, Lima, Grand Basso, but we're in Monserrado. Are you not confused? Yes, the government is confused. And they show how irresponsible this government is. To even go and rent Nigeria to complete this man, after you people have insulted him 3 days all on social media, government officials and supporters. Are you people not confused? You're confused. Yes, you are rating the ECOWAS, the MRU, and other people about our border issue instead of being fast enough to go and read to complete this man. That shows how confused the government is. And this issue about Mr. Kumi, the ANC that complete to LACC, we're waiting to see really because, like I will always say, this government talk about transparency, accountability, they talk about corruption, they were coming to fight corruption, today they are going after people. So, yes, indeed, we are all eager to know who owns that project and where the money coming from. Thank you.
Thank you there, Aliyu Masali. Unless, Tunis, you want to chip in before we hear from our people?
Yeah, I don't have much to say, man. We just reiterate what we said yesterday about the man of God from Nigeria. I don't see any reason why Liberia is running with this to the foreign ministry in Nigeria. I think the best thing we need to do is a message from a man of God. We need to just take proper precaution since it's directly to the president and vice president. They should mind their words to each other because before the elections, I remember the vice president made a statement which is lingering around the same social media that I think the president would not be there for long and so. And so I just saw that video clip yesterday while I was surfing the Facebook in the real area. So all of that, they could make a big deal out of it for that statement he made, but they ignore that because he's the vice president of the country and all of that. But whatever message comes from him, any man of God to any individual, I think it's a message from God himself. I mean, it's not all the time going to be good message. The one that is not good, you take proper precautions so that it can be diffused before it get to you. The good one, we need to work with it accordingly. And this is what I'm sensing from this man of God, the word from the man of God. He's not trying to stir up any chaotic issues in Liberia. That's not what I'm saying. Even though the United Party always change things to suit themselves, the way they feel to see it, and they run with it so that you can buy it from them and feel guilty of what you're doing. We respect men of God any which way. They are the men of God. They represent us to God. We go through them. When we go to church, we go to the mosque, we are the men of God interpreting the word of God to us so that we can take a healer and work with it. Now, when they tell all the negative one, then we're trying to criticize them, insult them, and denigrate them like they are nobody. But if it was on the other side, the president and the vice president would run our country very well, this and that. So would they write the foreign ministry in Nigeria to tell that men of God to stop saying those good words about Liberia? Because now it's a negative word. It's a message. Take that message and work with it and make sure what he's saying was it happen. This is how God saved us. When you dream, nobody in your life talking to you in your dream. God talk to you directly in your dream. The message you get from your dream is something that you have to work with. Sometimes calamity come in your life. You dream about it. You think I the one that come in your dream to tell you? It's God directly talking to you in your dream. That's the reason why when you lie in the dream, it's a big bad luck for you. Okay? You dreaming, you sleeping. Anything you see in your dream is a message from God. It's the same way with the man of God. So I don't see no reason why people are running this, making it sound like it's a bad thing. It's one of the best things God has done for Liberia by bringing this to their attention, and then they can work with it positively. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Let me send control back to you.
Thank you there, Suleiman
One
Tunes, and
minute,
thanks.
1 minute, please, Mr. Linda. I continue to ask the Unity Party folks, where were they when Baka went and said that, oh yes, the Guinean president asking about the border issue, how the crisis at the border. They listen to Spoon Network every day. When Baka made that statement, immediately what did Stanton say? Stanton said Baka is confused. How will the man who invaded your land? He was seen on live camera getting flag to his soldier to come and host on our land. The see may ask you about the border issue. Waka is confused. According to Stanton, where were they? They didn't hear it to attack Stanton, or it was now word that sound insulting to them to attack Stanton. They are only doing this because of their relationship with George Weah. This is why you see they taking this thing like they, oh yeah, they met on George Weah's side. That's why they're going after him because Santos said the same thing. I know they want to distract us from the broker that died on the yellow machine and the 100,000 they pay to lobbyists. After yesterday, they condemn and criticize the paying of lobbyists by CDC government. They want to distract us from this thing. But that meant they didn't say anything bad. Why he said that what happened in the country?
I told them in Liberia, I said your president is confused. They started howling. They are bragging. Let me give you one more. Your president is confused, but you cannot understand. Your economy will begin to, you will suffer in Liberia. Hardship that you have not experienced, you will see it. Your eyes will not open until when the president leaves. I'm expecting you one more time. Things will not go well because your president does not understand what it takes. He's confused. The time of that confusion, you will see it. Before you Liberia to liberate you, time must have gone. I told them in Liberia, I said your president is confused. They started howling. They are bragging. Let me give you one more. Your president is confused, but you cannot understand. Your economy will begin to, you will suffer in Liberia. Hardship that you have not experienced, you will see it. Your eyes will not open until when the president leaves. I'm expecting you one more time. Things will not go well because your president does not understand what it takes. He's confused.
And we know,
Yes, Tunes.
yeah, that confused part, just link it to the president before the election. He told us that when he is elected, he will be riding wheelbarrow to the mansion. And now in the country, Liberia, the president is riding the most expensive car. So just take that
That's true.
confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And also at the function he went on where he was called on the podium, he got up and
He
I don't know,
started to go
the
somewhere. The
village people were
security had
calling
to,
him
yeah.
and he was
Then
sticking and
because
they had to call him, and with this way.
even
So
even
how are you sitting? The podium is right here. They're calling you to the podium. You're getting up to go this way. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, make it make
eh,
so
in addition,
it
in
shows
addition,
a confused person. That's what
in
we see.
addition, I'm gonna tell him to sit down.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Can you
So
believe
Yeah. Can you imagine the man served as vice president for 12 years? He understand protocol. You ask him, the president say, I'm gonna tell him to sit down. No, let him be standing. Don't.
that's part of the
but
confused, right?
yeah, but my attention is drawn to the ANC letter to the LSCC. I think it's a good thing. Let's get to know about this project. It's very important because after this government shall have left the stage, we want to know whether the project is owned by the government of Liberia, whether it's owned by the Mana River Union, or whether it's a private property. So it's good that the ANC had reached out to the LSCC to, do some investigation and give us, the Liberian people, the real facts surrounding this FOIA $10 million project. So I think it's a good start. It's good that the ANC came out, to, ask the LSCC to probe into this FOIA project. But anyway,
Um,
folks,
remember when there was, that particular LACC thing you're talking about, it's not going nowhere. Remember this today. They just
okay,
pretending, but it's not going nowhere. They just want
okay.
to take it to prove to us that they are looking into it. But remember it today. They will not take that thing. It's not going nowhere. It's going to stay right there, and then it will die down. Take it
All
from
right,
me.
so let's thank you there. Let's hear from our people. We're running out of time, so we let's go to the phone lines and hear from you. But Esther is going to run us through the comments first. Then we come and take few calls. We leave here at 12:30. So Esther, let's run to the comments.
Okay, we have the comments right before me. We have Junior say, he says, my good FM. We have Kadike pass away. She says, good morning from Canada, where some of the World Cup games will be played. I think you read that.
Yeah, you just go ahead.
Benicius Junior Bar says he's following from New Good Town. Thomas J. Mobile says, good morning, Freedom FM family. I'm following from New Georgia Estate, District 13, Monserrato County. Clarence Obechi Dwyer says, good morning, Wendell and Esther. I'm following this morning from my De La Copa boyfriend district. Clarence, the people marry. The people marry. The people marry now, yeah? We have Jusu Amadou. He says, good. He said, hey guys, we are looking forward to a fantastic show. We have Giori. Is that, yeah, Giori says, good morning. I'm following from Red Light, Gobachop community. We have Jiba Kamara. He says, good morning to my Freedom FM family watching live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Y'all thanks. So we have Stanley Bozo. He says, watching live from my residence in the Congress City. I'm Stanley Bozo. These rescue hustlers are confused, said by the men of God. The president is weak and tired. That's the truth the men of God is saying. A men of God is saying, let those small rescue hustlers stop crying around here. We have Abraham Addison. He says, good morning, Freedom FM family. Pre-news life. I am following from my comfortable residence. Let me take this time to appreciate you guys for your good service to our lovely country, Mama Liberia. We done, guys. We have Peter Lynn Peters. She says, good morning, Freedom FM family. Following you guys from Congo Town. Good morning to my Freedom family. Following you guys from Congo Town. Okay. We have Hassan Ping. He says, good morning, Big Brother Wendell and Esther. I'm watching you from Douala Market here in my keke. Let the Unity Party enjoy themselves because 2029 we are coming with force through the voting process. We have Salia Soni. He says the Liberian government has just proven that the bishop is right. How less basic can they be to have ready Nigeria about a statement made by an individual? We have Roland Mechigar Okar Senior. He says, good morning. I'm watching you from the city of natural beauty, Owen Grove City, District number 1, Grand Bassa County. We have Progress Orita Johnson. She says the reading is too long, Mr. Wendell Nimlin. We have Mark
She said the reading is too
Man.
long.
Yeah.
Progress. Why you think the program is called? The print news. We come here to read. All right. We ain't come here to yet be talking. So just understand that today, progress.
And also to the peace loving people of Fonde community of the municipal borough of New Good Town. And he can say, my attention is about the deceptive nature of this LACC, who's a toothless bulldog and also an auxiliary of the Joe Walker cartel, and the Liberian people shouldn't expect anything else but empty talk. We have Abraham Kekula, he says, following from Grand Cape County, Kinjaw. We have Clarence Obeshi Dwe again. He says only in Liberia citizens are sentenced to jail for freedom of speech. In Nigeria, the government cannot sentence a citizen to prison. Freedom of for freedom of speech. President Joseph Boakai, you are indeed a confused old man. Only a confused president can appoint two persons in the same office for the same position. Only a confused government can build roads and restrict heavy duty vehicles for riding on it. Only a confused president can be out to speak and start to walk away. We have Hezekiah Dodo. He says, "Good morning, Mama Liberia. Our Freedom FM family. I'm watching live from District 17, Montserrat County. Thanks for always updating our people about major happening in our country." Peter Tokwa says, "I am watching from Jupiter Road." Ibrahim Watson Bachu Morgan Jr. says he's following from Johnsonville residence. Vice Chairman for Welfare CDC Regular Intellectual Meditant. We have Grace Moore. She says, "Good morning." She's following from Point Four Junction. Stephen Nangwe says, "Good morning, watching from Point Blanc Community." Wisa Colley says, "Watching live from Monrovia, Liberia." He says, "Yes." Clarence again says, "The pastor has launched another metal. He's waiting for Joseph Boakai and his confused government officials to respond." Joseph Weah says this Barca government is really confused. They can make a complaint about Guinea taking their land, but they can complain a Nigerian pastor for speaking against the government. If Liberia government like, they can write 100 complaints, Nigerian government will do nothing to that pastor. It's true Braga is confused. Can you imagine Braga said he doesn't know anything about the $10 million project in Lofa? But he Braga was there for the groundbreaking of the $10 million project. We said calling against says, "God bless President George Mani Weah." He says our best president of the Republic of Liberia, George Weah. He says again he's watching from Monrovia, Liberia. We have Vama Markintosh Class says, "Good morning, watching from Norway." We have Barbie and Bar. He says, "Good afternoon, Mr. Niman Esther and the panelists from Uncle Trump country." Following live along the famous Wekuboi Avenue in DC, the ANC shouldn't waste her time on the LACC with the multiplicity of the contradictions on the ownership of the FOIA project. LACC is still talking about investigation instead of indicting Rescue Father and his officials. LACC is only after CDC officials. So sad. And then finally we have Samuel Sopon saying, Good morning, sir." Okay, it's in the afternoon. Good afternoon to you. He says, "Thanks guys for the work. Thumbs up."
Thank you there, and thanks to all of you for your comments, especially let's wish our bishop, Bishop Samuel Samponsean.
Yeah.
Sunday was his birthday, and so we
Okay.
say happy belated
belated
birthday to you. All right, so let's go to the phone lines. 0776 104 104, 086 500 104. The female line is 0770297016. And the WhatsApp line is +231 86 500 104. Let's talk to you as our first caller. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Hey, Renee, how are you?
I'm fine. Edmund, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Let me say hi to Esther, Jonas, and Masale in the U.S. The Unity Party lack leadership, and that is suffering the country today because they use their ineptitude to use CDC to cover up their ineptitude. Because what they are exhibiting, no leadership. The same way the members, the officials respond to issues, even their very pastors, when they come up, they do the same thing. Because this is a spiritual matter, though. So if you tell me that you are around the president's faith, this is a spiritual matter, handle it spiritually. If you read the Bible, when prophecy, comes, what you do, if you want for God to intervene, The Bible is saying you go in your sackcloth, go in your corner, pray to see whether God can remove it. Not insulting, not shouting all over. But surprisingly, you will see the Unity Party pastors coming out and defending and even rebuking the men of God in Nigeria. And so, so that's Unity Party right there for you. They have exposed themselves. What was the essence of writing that letter? They even got another confusion right there. Why do you write a letter to the foreign ministry, to the Nigerian government on behalf of our government as an ambassador? No. The foreign minister should write a letter to the foreign ministry in.
Edmund, are you there? Oh, we lost Edmund. Let's talk to David King. Let's take you.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Nimland. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is David King, an executive member of the Concerned Liberian for Justice.
Go ahead. Let's hear you, David.
When you have a government that lacks direction, this is what you said. We have serious issues. We didn't see the government writing United Nations, AU, or even the European Union, or international court. But one individual just make statement which came as a prophecy. They are now writing the Federal Republic to take action against that individual. That is something that mental power. The government is confused. The president is confused. So all of the officers are confused people. Because a man like John Balu, who was very hungry in a place, today, Waka getting ambassadorial position for him to sit and attract investors, because Nigeria is one country that got a lot of billionaires. So for him to start seeing things like got no business of seeing, we are far lying, talking about we got anti-Nigerian sentiment in our country. No, that is not true. Nigerians are our good brothers and sisters. Those people contributed in bringing peace to our country, not once but twice. They spent over $2 billion of their own money on Liberia. Thousands of Nigerians lost their lives here to restore peace in our country. So we're not man one confused government to go after our Nigerian brothers and sisters. We got much respect for our brothers from Nigeria. So we don't subscribe to the thing that those guys are saying, because they are notorious for lying.
Okay.
Those guys always lie to the people, and they are taking it now on the international stage. There's no anti-Nigerian sentiment in our country because of one prophecy that was come out. We're not going by that. We consider Nigerians our brothers and sisters, and we have mutual respect. We continue to keep it that way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, David King. Thanks for your contribution. Let's come back and take more calls. Let's talk to you, this person. Let's take my neck, Esther. You have to help me with this call, my neck.
No problem. Well, we have my CC on the line. Hello, welcome, my
morning.
CC.
How you doing, Wendell?
I'm grateful to God.
We are fine. Go ahead.
Let me say hi to boss and hi to my people not tuning there. This is my CC. After I bereaved my auntie, I lost my auntie Sunday.
Oh, we're so sorry.
Sorry for
Have our
that.
sympathy, man.
Okay. So to the issue, Wendell, if this president of God said that this president is confused a lot, all what the man said, it keeps so fast that you say water, be telling God, thank you, and I have to please, huh? We go with that, so it will go, so put it out $10 for that. We always looking for water to drink, those clean water. And we only want lines the people of Liberia now, water all the places with water in the villages. So say water in the container to final ministry. You understand? The people is confused. And they see people went to the poll and say, go to the poll in left and there you go, Western market, so go back for them, go drive to the road. Now they see confusion. The man's confused. How would you ask somebody to I'm going to drink water? They say, yes, drink water. Tell me now, in your sign, man, you tell say you want to drink, say, yes, drink what you drink. I was saying to sit down for the sinner. For what reason? Our bullet, probably there. People take our bullet. They take our country. They say that's the one. I'm a personnel. You don't go to the embassy to read the people to come in. You want to the parliament, you don't carry any discussion, or you want to carry foreign business there. Confused? Then you take it on men of God, what revelation, what you talk about? What happened in the country? And you take it and send it to the embassy to say, Nigeria, they are equal. Are you kidding me? Just tell them what you're Nigeria, man. A musician in this country. What do this in this country? The man's confused. The man, and what the man said are true. The man, not to get anything. Then the man take Nigerian job and give it to foreigner and they come back and say, I actually happy. So I'm going to do it. They may not confused. Don't for the thing, let's just say no, and I can go for him. We already, a drink, and a drink, in a drink. And so then we are come by the fact that the men of God say the same thing. And go and insulting the men of God. And you think you get blessing that cares behind you. When you be the who father, go Ali, you be the who boy you. You are a Mauritanian child. You get your photos that one like period. And you cause the men of God, and God free. Go Ali, your case will be upon you until God for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, my sissy. Let's go to the other lines and take more calls. We have this person. Hello, welcome to the show. Let's hear from you.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Okay, this is George calling from Broad Street.
Go ahead, George.
Yeah, I want to say today's confusing. It's true that our president is confused. So, what the thing is that how will a man come and back a nation and say, I reduce flour price from 35 to 35? You're confused. You just one nation. They say, I reduce flour price from 35 to 35. Then I come to the
right.
Or how you call this? Ask for investigation. And investigation will not go nowhere. The reason is that now everybody has forgotten that those are supposed to declare assets out of 100% or 100 or people, you got maybe about 30 and declare the assets. And since she made a remark and she came on the air that those that now declare assets, you're going to publish those names, you're going to call people's names, and she was warned by the United Party chairman that any time they link her up, they should beat this list. And so for that whole thing now is there. Now you all said the Canadian now people come back to check on that report that most of these guys have not declared an asset. So I want to thank you for the information.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. Let's go to our WhatsApp line. We have Joseph Colley, you can call us back. You are already off the line, but let's take this person. Hello, welcome to the show. Go ahead. What's your name and where you joining us from?
How are you, man? How you doing? So, how are you?
Yeah, I'm thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, the problem, I want the people that play.
Hello?
You went off the line.
Yeah. Well, let's take this call from our WhatsApp line. Hello, welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Sis Esther and Brother Winnell, Tonings, and Ali Masale.
Morning there.
And to Mama Liberia. Let me tell you, these guys are not serious, man. We saw even the Papa himself, he had, because they are, a lot of them, they are all crooked. Can you imagine? His own bodyguard, they took a hat, Papa, and saying, y'all give me my hat, man. Confused. The confusion is just over from start to end, from the beginning. And even in the hurricane, those who the so self-proclaimed gospel people that are there, or call them God of Men, why were they not involved in? Little Tata did not protest when he didn't get a job. These guys are just a group of selfish people who just care about their belly, what can go inside. That's all.
Of course.
And it hurt them because the man is saying the truth. They saw the consequences on the first time when the man said what he said. That almost 3 years ago. that these things were going to happen. And because the man came back reiterating what he said and adding more to the fire and getting them angry because they know what he said was true. It was not right. Let me tell you, the truth can hurt. It's a double-edged sword. So this is what getting them confused. They don't want to hear it, and they don't want the Liberian people to hear it. And God said we should say the truth. And, and the truth shall set us free. The man don't want to sit down. The man is almost 500 miles away from us. He don't want to sit there and not tell all the truth, we the Liberian, and that we're going through. And the man told you, despite everything, and you can fast, you can confess to God. Maybe some of the things there will go away. But you don't want to do that. People like, how they call it, Abino, Yokambo, Ali, they benefit from the past government or what they brought in or doing things, then they say, oh, the government is doing this. Those things are going on. What can you bring in so the Liberian people can see? Now what the past government left on the floor and you started, sharing all around the place that you're doing this. Now it's on you. So prove to the Liberian people what the man said is true. Or it's a lie. Or let the Liberian people see that, yeah, you are doing something better. But you see, the same thing that the party said that, the people don't respect. You don't have no discipline. Financially, there is no discipline. You got no how to call it, no positive direction in how to move the government or how to do things for the Liberian people. Then you go sit down there, everything that happened, that letter you go. Now you're supposed to be writing letter to Liberians that are in the diaspora that complaining about your government.
Okay.
You're supposed to be writing all about. God bless you all, man. You have to book it.
Thank you so much for calling. Let's take this person. Hello, welcome.
It's on Natalie.
Good afternoon, Patience Greg. Go ahead.
I'm Patient Greg calling from Togo, member of the Commission of Bread for Justice. And so, I want me I know for I know food too. They prophecy, when they know I'm the president, fuck out be read that 2029 years, what the fuck I'm saying? What do you need for the fuck I'm saying? Because it's nothing fine and prophecy. They talking, happening, we drink that, what they feel there, and so. The president confused. For some people to tell you say they grace, not legitimate. You said no, I will come. And I was being confused. You saw Lord Lebanon, responsible people there that get children, he's talking for the women they can't do new profile. Is that being confused? Capital very well. No investigation when they say that another who get or who wedding. No result coming for that case. You know, I was being confused. You take breaking for more. I thought I see you was doing fast there when I was being confused. Tell me, Esther, I was being confused. You know what? The prophet and the pastor and the apostle brother, why go get a vision? Go get implemented and read it. They are very Jewish people. And go get no from whether that prophet is not or whether me. Go get whether they want to hear they are whether. Because there's so much rebound, you go get a vision, Esther, not talking. Because the whole thing. Waka was a deacon saying that there is something pastor. He didn't mean to correct deacon. Is that deacon? That deacon your horse. That deacon around.
Okay.
That I don't get there. But you know, deacon is on him. What can call by the for two Ghana video and to party one and I started him on him. I think you were in the country when party one a wedding party that left. So every single thing they get woman there for 1,000 you that means they more grand question the pastor. Then they get more grand and there's a
Thank you. Patient. Thank you. And no more calls. No more calls. We got to go. But let's close up from our USA partners. Then Esther is going to do the rest.
Yeah, can you take the lead?
Thanks to all the callers. We appreciate them always taking their time. Yes, like Masisi and Patient just said, quite recently, this pastor said that Liberia were going to suffer, they will drink dirty water. And yes, quite recently, we saw what was happening in the country. Even last week, I came across a video, and the spillway or spillway, I know how they can call that area when you cross the Greater Tucker Bridge on your right in that valley. People are there. Slipway. Okay, people are there fetching water from the drainage, according to them, for almost more than 1 year now. That's why they can cope with. They watch it closely. Why? Because they can't afford $10 to go and buy a gallon of water or bucket of water. Are people not drinking dirty water? But I told you people, if anybody think about 2029 election, then you have to leave the government at a cabinet meeting. But Thomas Fala organized a program of establish or funded or organization Limbo for the re-election bid of Joseph Waka to support him. Joseph Waka went there to endorse the program. Is he not being confused? Whenever he say one, when you check that 10. When he say yes, when you check that no. Waka is confused. The government is confused. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us this morning until the afternoon. Yeah, please join us this evening, Tuesday night. We have another show, a sister show called The Nighttime Spin. We discuss the same issue that we're discussing here today. So we are begging you to please join us. And if you have businesses that you want to promote, bring it to the Pre-News and The Nighttime Spin. We will promote it for you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you this evening by 11 p.m. Thank you, guys.
Okay. And so, folks, we want to draw down curtains on today's presentation of the program from the print news here on Freedom FM. Like you heard, Tunis was here, Aliyu Masale was here, Wendell Nimne. My name is Esther Daku. We will be back on tomorrow for the midweek edition. Bye-bye from our end.
To eat, we got make your head on.